Leaders Eat, and we just want to say happy Sunday. We are so excited to be on to another Sunday morning online. We're still sad we can't see you in person, but in a couple weeks, fingers crossed, we're hoping that we're back in person. So let's get into our lesson.
I'm in the roughest water, I won't go under, I won't drown. When I'm in over my head, I know that you won't let me down. When I'm broken and down to nothing, I know that you are always up to something good. Something good. Even through the deepest valley, you go before me, you are here. For I know you'll never leave me, your love surrounds me, I won't fear. When I'm broken and down to nothing, I know that you are always up to something good. I know that you are always up to something good. You'll make a way, whatever it takes. There's nothing your love won't endure. I know that you are always up to something good. To something good. I know that you are always up to something good. You'll make a way, whatever it takes. There's nothing your love won't endure. I know that you are always up to something good. You'll make a way, whatever it takes. There's nothing your love won't endure. I know that you are always up to something good.
Feel the wonder, say his name. Watch the darkness slip away. Put your power on display. Say goodbye to fear and shame.
We won't stop coming after you. We won't move until you move. Come and do what only you can do. Come and do what only you can do. We won't stop coming after you. We won't move until you move. Come and do what only you can do. Come and do what only you can do.
Move right now. We want you. We want you right now. desperate for your presence. We want more. More of your power in us. Pour out your spirit on us. We're desperate for your presence. We want more. Move right now. We want you. We want you right now. We want you right now.
Hello, Chicken Nuggets. It's me, your favorite celebrity, Carl. Welcome to Grow TV.
Welcome to Grow TV. Hosted by Carl. Where we have fun with our friends, talk about Jesus, and go over everything the Bible has to offer. Now once again, welcome to Grow TV.
Listen here, bub. If I don't get the chicken nugget sculpture with the fountain of the ranch pouring down it, you can tell the mayor he just lost 15 votes. Oh, hey there, y'all. There's actually no one on the phone, but I'm practicing because I'm going to be famous, and I got to talk to people like that. I thought I'd be famous by now, but turns out it's a slow process. Y'all remember my video from last week? Well, I uploaded to TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, Facebook, all that stuff, and total views is currently sitting at 73, so looky there. Can you believe it? Watch out, Harry Styles. There's a new celebrity in town. Now, with my newfound stardom, I'm not going to only have to walk the walk. I'm going to have to talk the talk. That means I'm going to have to learn how to act, talk, and think like a famous person. All right, how to act, talk, and think like I'm famous. Ah, I found it. Step 1, move your eyebrows and never blink. Oh. Okay, step number 2, find your laugh. So apparently famous people have a very specific laugh, so I need to find my own laugh. Step number 3, talk about famous and rich things. Okay.
Oh yes, Richard, if you could just bring the yacht around.
Oh, I won how many Golden Globes? Ugh, that's 3 more than last year.
Who put lipstick in my Valentino white bag?
Step number 4, have a signature look. I've heard about this. Every celebrity has a look, and I can't get far if I don't have a look myself. Here we go. And finally, step number 5, have a posse. What's a posse? Let me see. A posse is a group of people that have similar characteristic, jobs, or purposes. So I gotta get some friends that want to be around me when I'm famous. That'll be easy. Hey, Ricky! How's it going, bud? What are you up to this weekend? You wanna hang out? What? No, like this weekend. Oh, you're busy. Alright. The dog did what? Hey, Timmy! What's going on, man? How's life? Yep. You busy this weekend to hang out? Me? Kinda like form like a posse or something? I don't know. You can, okay. No? Well, that was kind of mean. Hey! Becky! What's up? You doing anything this weekend? Wanna hang out? Maybe kind of follow me around like I'm famous or something? No? Okay. Well, no. I don't think that's German at all. Okay, okay, you can stop yelling. Okay, bye. Well, that's kind of a bummer. I was expecting at least one of my friends to help me out, but I don't know. Maybe I don't have as many real friends as I thought. Hello?
Carl, how you doing, man?
Oh, hey, Andy. I'm all right. I'm kind of bummed, but not too bad.
Bummed? Man, I heard you're trying to become famous. That's awesome.
I know, but I just don't have what it takes.
What are you talking about?
Well, I need a posse, a group of friends that can support me all the time. None of my friends wanted to be in it.
Oh, interesting. Well, Carl, I think it's gonna work out in the end.
Maybe, but I don't see how.
Just have some faith, okay? All right, I'll talk to you later, Carl. Bye. Hey, kids, good to see y'all. So it looks like Carl's pretty worried right now and kind of in a tough spot. And while I do believe things will work out for Carl, I can't help but think about how similar David must have felt in today's story. Now, you see, at this time, King David was very, very sick. So sick that they hired someone just to hang around King David to make sure he was getting everything that he needed. Now, it was at this time that Adonijah, one of David's sons, had a very strange idea. He thought because his father was getting really, really sick that he could take over early and become king. And I know what you're thinking, but David's king. And exactly, that's why it was so strange. Adonijah started using his connections as David's son to make his bid for being the heir. He killed a whole lot of animals as an offering to God, invited famous and important people over, and he talked to leaders and friends in the community to ask them for support. But you see, David already had a plan for who was going to take over as king when he was done. And it was not Adonijah, it was his other son, Solomon. And when people close to King David like Bathsheba and Nathan found out what Adonijah was really doing, they knew they had to talk to him and tell him what his son was up to. So Bathsheba went up to David and told him everything, that Adonijah had become the new king and was going against David's wishes. And then Nathan went up to David and told him all about the sacrifices that Adonijah had made and the fact that they were having a huge dinner right then, and all of them were chanting, "Long live King Adonijah." Now this was upsetting to King David, but he knew exactly what to do. He got up and spoke to his friends. He looked them in the eye and he told them that his son Solomon would take over as king when David was done. And it was at that exact moment that everyone started celebrating and getting really excited because King David had just promised them a wonderful future. Now at the beginning of this story, David was alone and sick in a bed. Far from being the strong and courageous warrior that we're used to seeing. King David was alone, so alone they had to hire someone just to be with him. But it was then, when David felt the most lonely and helpless he's ever been in his whole life, that God gave him exactly what he needed, his friends. King David was about as famous as you could possibly get, but even he felt alone sometimes. And if God can take care of David, then he's gonna take care of you. So never forget, when we feel alone, God gives us friends.
Y'all heard it right. Andy just said our big idea. When we feel alone, God gives us friends. So why not say it all together on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. When we feel alone, God gives us friends. Good job, everybody. Speaking of friends, I think we should holler at Carl for a minute. Carl!
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty great, Carl. But I heard you didn't have any friends who wanted to support you on your path to becoming famous.
You heard right. It's the worst.
Well, sorry to break up the pity party, Carl, but you've got friends.
What? Who?
Me and Andy.
Yeah, Carl, we will always be your friends, and we cannot wait to see how famous you and your videos become.
Wow. Thank you both so much. It means the world to have you two in my posse. Oh my goodness.
What?
My video. You're not gonna believe this.
What?
I'm gonna be famous.
We'll see. Bye, kids.
Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for a new episode of Row TV.
Welcome everyone to the Mid-Morning Show. Today's guest is probably the most famous woman in the kingdom right now. She went from being an army wife to the queen pretty much overnight. Please help me in welcoming Miss Queen Bathsheba! Your Highness, welcome to the show.
I'm delighted to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course! First of all, we are so deeply saddened by the news of King David's failing health. Our hearts go out to you and your family during this difficult time.
I appreciate that. We're all hanging in there.
But the king's health is not the only thing people are talking about. There was some controversy not too long ago about whether or not your son, Solomon, will really become the next king.
Ah, yes. That was quite a serious ordeal. My husband had a promise to Solomon that he would succeed him as king. But one of his other sons, seeing that his father was unwell, decided to seize the opportunity to make himself king. I was terrified about that because that would mean what that would mean for me and my son.
And why is that?
Because we would be seen as a threat to the throne and thus kicked out of the palace, and at the very least, the other son would have all the supporters.
He's not the only one though. You seem to have allies of your own.
Yes, thankfully, we still have friends who are loyal to the crown, one of whom is Nathan the prophet. He's the one who alerted me of the whole thing and told me he'd back me up when I broke the news to my husband, which he did. So the king instructed Nathan and some others to anoint Solomon to become the next king in front of everyone.
Oh, I remember that. What a celebration it was. Our correspondent in Gaihan reported back saying that people were going wild, playing pipes and shouting, "Long live King Solomon!" It's a good thing you went and stuck up for your family.
Well, I had some great friends in my corner. Some of the royal officials congratulated us, saying, "May God make Solomon's name more famous than yours. God has been so good to me and my son."
Bathsheba, it was so good for you to stop by our show. Give it up for our Queen Bathsheba, mother of King Solomon! I remember one day in kindergarten where everyone was having snack time, and for some reason my chips had magically disappeared. I was super sad, almost downright crying because, hey, my mom packed me this amazing lunch and now I'm the only kid left out with nothing to eat. Luckily, I had really great friends who decided to share their snacks with me, even though I didn't have one myself. And by the end of the day, we found out that my snack had accidentally fallen out of the bin and I could share it back with them. We all go through times where we feel alone and that no one can relate to us. But there is someone who always understands everything we're feeling and going through, and that's God. And God puts people in our lives, like friends, who helps us through hard times. We all go through times where we feel alone and that no one can relate to us. But there is someone who always understands everything we're feeling and going through, and that's God. And God puts people in our lives, like friends, who helps us through hard times. So whether you eat or drink or whatever you do it all for the glory of God.
We have lived our lives to our lives together. God has a lot to say in His book.
Bamboo, bamboo, bamboo.
You see, we know that God's word is for everyone. And now that our song is done, we'll take a look.
Hey guys, we hope you had a great time learning about Solomon and his royal family. This was such a fun lesson to do with you guys. So we just want to pray really quick before we say goodbye. So let's bow our heads and close our eyes. God, we just want to say thank you for everything that you give to us, God, that you're just so faithful, so wise, and even when we don't know what we're doing, God, you give us the right answers, just like you gave Solomon the right answers and his family. God, we just pray that the rest of this week goes really well, and that you just continue to bless us with your presence, God, and that whenever we feel like we're alone, we can just turn to you, God, and that we know that you're there and you'll give us an answer. So in your heavenly name, we say amen. Okay, guys, we'll see you next week.